All right, let's dive right in. We're heading to Bath, England to talk about a building that's seen it all for nearly 1,500 years. I'm talking about the incredible Bath Abbey. I mean, it's watched empires rise and fall. But that begs a huge question, doesn't it? Seriously, think about it. How does a building, just stone and glass, manage to survive for that long? We're talking about wars, major religious shifts, and just time itself marching on. That's the story we're going to unpack today. It's a tale of survival, of changing with the times, and of a faith that just wouldn't quit.
So, let's get our bearings. The Abbey is planted right smack in the heart of Bath. And you gotta understand, this isn't just some pretty church on a postcard. Nope, it's a real cultural icon. It's like the city's entire history and amazing architecture all wrapped up in one single building. For centuries and centuries, this place, which, by the way, is also called St. Peter's Abbey, has been pulling double duty. On one hand, it's obviously a sacred place for worship, but it's also been the go-to spot for the community, the absolute center of the city's cultural life. It's not a relic, it's a living, breathing part of Bath. Okay, now for the really cool part. Let's fire up the time machine. Because the Abbey story isn't about being built once and then just sitting there. Oh no, it's a story of constant reinvention. So buckle up as we jump through the biggest moments in its super long and pretty dramatic history.
I mean, look at this timeline. What's absolutely wild is just how tough this place is. It all kicks off way back in the 6th century. A century later, it's already getting a major rebuild and expansion. But then, fast forward to the 16th century, and disaster strikes. It's dissolved, seized by the crown. Honestly, that should have been game over. But somehow it wasn't. It hung on. And by the 19th century, this huge restoration effort gets underway. And get this, it's still going on today. Incredible.
All right, here's something you might not notice at first glance, but it's one of the coolest things about the Abbey. When you're looking at it, you're not just seeing one style. You're seeing two totally different architectural styles from different centuries mashed together into one amazing building. It's time to deconstruct its architectural DNA.
So, style number 1, Romanesque. You can think of this as the foundation, the very bones of the Abbey. The vibe is solid, strong, built to last. We're talking massive stone walls, those classic rounded barrel vaults for the ceilings, and powerful pointed arches, giving it that core shape. It's all about strength. But then you walk through the doors and everything changes. Bam! You're hit with the Gothic revival style. This came later, and it's all about reaching for the heavens. It's what gave us those absolutely stunning stained glass windows and those gorgeous ribbed vaults that just make you want to look up, up, up. So you see the contrast, right? On the outside, you've got this tough, almost fortress-like Romanesque vibe. But the second you step inside, the vibe shifts completely to the airy, elegant, light-filled world of the Gothic revival. It's like you're taking a journey from earthly strength to heavenly light just by walking through a doorway. Okay, now that we've got the history and the architecture down, let's actually go inside, shall we? I'll give you a little virtual tour of the Abbey's absolute must-see treasures. First stop, naturally, is the main church. And wow, this is easily one of the most impressive in the whole country. The moment you walk in, your jaw just drops. You can't help but stare up at that mind-blowing ceiling. And the way the light streams through all that stained glass, it's just breathtaking. A truly awesome space. From there, let's find a quieter spot, the cloisters. This is this beautiful, peaceful courtyard, kind of tucked away. It's the perfect place for a quiet moment. And it's here that you can really feel the Abbey's monastic roots. You can almost picture the monks walking these very same paths all those hundreds of years ago. And if you really want to connect with the Abbey's long story, you've got to check out the Bath Abbey Museum. It's right there inside the Abbey. This is where the history stops being just a story and becomes real. You can see the actual artifacts, the documents. It brings it all to life. It's not just preserving the history of a building, it's the history of all of Bath. And you know that feeling of awe I mentioned? It's not just in your head. The Abbey's structure reaches about 50 meters into the sky. That's a whopping 164 feet. That incredible height was totally intentional. It was a key part of that Gothic style, designed to pull your eyes and maybe your spirit right up towards the heavens. And it's not just tall, it's huge on the ground too. The whole complex sprawls over 10,000 square meters. It's just massive.
This really shows you how it was and still is the true spiritual and civic heart of the city, a real testament to the vision of the people who built it. So, all of this brings us right back to where we started. How has this building managed to stick around for so long, and why is it still here? Well, the simple answer is that it's never been allowed to become just a dusty old museum. It is still very much alive and kicking in the 21st century. Here's the secret sauce to its survival. It's still a working church, a place where people worship every single week. It's still a central hub for the whole community. It's the symbol of Bath's history. And, this is so important, it's constantly being restored and cared for. Every generation has loved this place and kept it going. So, if you ever find yourself in Bath, you've got to go. And if you do, here's my advice. 1. Take a guided tour. You'll hear the most amazing stories hidden in the walls. 2. Try to attend a service. Even if you're not religious, the atmosphere and the sound are just out of this world. And 3, definitely hit the museum to really dive into its incredible history. So, after 1.5 millennia, Bath Abbey is still standing, still watching over the city, still serving its people. And that leaves us with a final, pretty cool thought to chew on. If these ancient walls could talk, what do you think they'd say about the future they're going to witness? What new chapters are still waiting to be written in this incredible story?